right.
I'm here with Odin from GCT Studios, the producers of Bushido.
Come with some other models.
How are you doing
well.
today?
Yeah, well, it's been busy. It's been a good day so far.
I noticed your latest miniatures, you kind of changed how you produce them, and they're digital now.
Yeah,
mostly.
it's almost exclusively digital sculpts now.
So you don't do it traditionally anymore?
No, Mastercrafted Miniatures has been doing pretty much everything for a few years now. So it's And what we find is that we've got a good working relationship with Ben over at Mastercrafted Miniatures, and we love the work that he's doing. So there's no need for us to change at this point.
So what was your first digital miniature you produced?
I have no idea. I can't
Was
remember.
that for the board game?
No, we've worked with different sculptors. Gordon might remember, but he's Gordon, what was the first ever digital sculpt we did? Do you remember? I was saying
The first digital sculpts we did were the Rise of the Car Gen models. So
I guessed that correctly then.
there you go then.
So recently the number of factions have grown, and actually I want to compare this to Confrontation now, because I know you people have been playing Confrontation,
we like
before this Bushido. It's like you can't produce miniatures for every faction for every release when you do that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And how did community kind of react to that? Because with the Confrontation, a lot of people were complaining there was no undead miniatures for a long time.
So that's something that we're very aware of, acutely aware of. And as you may or may not know, we do the 6 models every release. So we've currently got 8 factions. So even with 6, it means that 2 factions won't get a miniature that release. However, with 2 waves, you're getting 12 models, so it means that most factions are going to get a model every 4 months, which actually isn't that long. And the other thing that we found that maybe makes us slightly separate to Confrontation in that sense is that because we are true skirmish, 5 to 7 models, lots of our players have more than one faction, so what you find for players is that actually they do get a model for their factions every wave.
You're not going to do what Rackham did, like leaving them dead for like a year.
Yeah, no faction's dead. No faction won't be seeing a model in that amount of time. Absolutely.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. You started kind of diversifying. There's lots of creatures, now for different factions, not just for monks. Like the ninjas have Griffin now, or it's something
the
similar.
Panther cross. Yeah.
Any more large models planned?
Yeah, we've got some great models coming down the line. Really exciting new model actually that's just being play tested at the moment. Not a creature as such, but a female Oni, and she just she rocks.
That is interesting. And speaking of Oni, kind of what I found with the Oni is they all kind of have similar body shape. And have you thought of like diversifying it, making like tall, skinny Onis maybe?
Yeah, not really, because in our mind that's what an Oni looks like. However, it's funny you should mention that, because we have got a half-breed Oni coming that's a mix between human and Oni, and so she's slender, she's more humanoid but quite clearly still Oni too, so I think you'll like her coming down the line.
Okay, you're thinking of making like poses more interesting, like crouching Oni maybe, or
possibly.
$7.95.
What I found like really interesting, particularly in the monk faction, is there's lots of animals, and not just like your normal animals, but anthropomorphic character animals. How did that start? Because that's more whimsical than typical fantasy.
Yeah, I guess it was mainly because that's what we liked. We liked the look of it. We started, I believe, with the Kitsune, although I could be wrong now. And the Kitsune has been incredibly successful, so we also know that it's what our players want too. And I think because it's fantastical, because the world is our own creation, we feel free to do the models that we think are cool. So, for instance, we have the mixture, we have real animals. I can't think of a single example now off the top of my head, but we've got real animals.
Well, you got roosters, you got...
Yeah, and then we've got the anthropomorphic, like you said. And so we don't want to restrict ourselves to one or the other. If it feels right for the URIs and it fits in with the fluff, then we're happy to be creative.
I'm glad you went that way, because those are a lot of fun. And probably the last question, any chance of a baby elephant?
A baby elephant?
Like in the movie Japan.
Do you know what? Let's never rule anything out. There's nothing in the pipeline. However, we do want to start exploring more of the Empire, and the Empire's vast. You know, we've tried to give some indication of that with the Imperials, but they're still very Asian, Eastern Asian. But yeah, there is a wider world, so who knows?
Okay, Odin, thank you very much.
Cheers, Andrew. Thank you.